Oh, she's in. Let's get her. Rachel, what's up? Are you ready to talk Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
I'll never be ready, but I'm here. So this was rough. This tests our friendship. You making me watch this?
Wow. Okay.
This is a terrible movie.
Brutality.
It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, the #1 for news. It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, #1 for news. Yeah. Tune in, get up. Yeah, what's up?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What is up, my gaggly geeks, and welcome to our review of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Boy, maybe it did test our friendship. Reviews is on with us. Thank you for joining us again for
Round 2
of this Mortal Kombat watch, and hopefully we'll be getting to
Round 3
this next Friday when Mortal Kombat, the 2021 movie, comes out on HBO Max and in theaters. Rachel, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's fun to talk about crappy movies sometimes.
Yeah, it can be fun.
To dig into as far as junk with this one.
Oh man. I mean, I guess the best thing about this movie is it actually makes Paul W.S. Anderson look like a good director.
Look like a genius. Like, whoa, he really knew the character.
Yeah, he's a great director.
Oh man. So Annihilation, the storyline is largely an adaptation of like the third video game, right? In this, Shao Kahn, he's the ruler of Outworld. He's taking on Earthrealm by the force of his minions. And after failing to win his 10th straight tournament in Mortal Kombat, he initiates a merge between both realms, Earthrealm and Outworld, violating the rules established by the Elder Gods, which insists the victory in Mortal Kombat is necessary for such an act. And that forces Liu Kang and all of his allies to act quickly with Raiden before Earthrealm is consumed in the next 6 days. And I felt like my brain was consumed in garbage, and it might be for the next 6 days. Now, yes, that is a very classic story. Shao Kahn is kind of like the big bad, you know. Shang-Chi is one of them. I don't know which is the Emperor, which is Darth Vader. I think Shao Kahn would be more the Darth Vader type because he's just massive, and the film picks up immediately after the ending of the first, right?
Yeah, and it quickly says goodbye to Johnny Cage. We get our he's gone.
Yeah. Sonya Jax walk out from the rubble. They're completely recast.
Yeah.
This movie, it already starts on so many weird foot. But anyway, what did you think of Annihilation? Don't be gentle.
No, this was an absolutely atrocious movie. The best I can say about this movie is that it was like it wasn't even on a Power Rangers level. It was on like the copycats that were trying to be Power Rangers, and so it was like worse.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
Of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's an insult to Digimon.
For you youngins, Digimon. Isn't that crazy that now we have to say that? I doubt anybody that's Gen Z or something knows what Digimon is now.
I mean, the special effects are atrocious. The characters are terrible. The acting is absolutely terrible.
The green screen. Oh, it bleeds everywhere, all over the character. Like it bleeds on their shoulder, like further in than like anything should. And I've worked with the green. You've worked with the green screen, and we could make this better.
Yeah,
like that was the thing. When you watch a movie and you're like, okay, anybody. And I'm sure with our technology now, sure, right? But I'm thinking then I could have made that better.
Yeah, could and have.
What was the studio thinking with this, Rachel?
I don't know. I mean, this just feels. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Superman 4 in the sense of you could just tell that they didn't have the budget for what they wanted to do. And so, you know, it just shows all over. It feels very rushed. It feels very, I mean, I would think, I haven't done tons of research on it or anything, but I would think this was very cheaply made and very quickly made.
Well, it grossed 35 million domestically and made over 51 million worldwide. So it did fairly okay, but did underperform based on the first film.
Mhm.
Rotten Tomatoes destroyed it, and yeah. Jason Gibner of AllMovie wrote, whereas the first film was a gully schlock pleasure, this sequel is an exercise in the art of genuinely beautiful trash cinema. And I think that that's a really good way to put it, that this is much like The Room, where the further down you go in time and the more that you kind of like sit in sit in amazement of the stupidity of what you're looking at, you almost start to develop a Stockholm syndrome where you actually are taken by it. And you're like, I kind of enjoy this a little bit because it's ridiculous. But did you have any of that feeling watching this?
I really didn't, but that's not really my thing, is so bad it's good movies. I feel like it's fun for the first, I don't know, the first 10, 15 minutes, and then I start to kind of get a little bored. And so I don't know if I'm the right one to kind of comment on that kind of cinema. It didn't strike me as sincere as something like The Room, because I think that's what makes The Room great, is that you could tell that the people that made it, Tom Wiseau, of course,
loved it.
That thought it was the greatest thing ever. And so it's so sincere and so it's ridiculous. And I don't think I really feel that here. I don't feel like there's anybody here that really thinks this is a great movie.
That's a great point, because when it comes to art and when it comes to making art, if you don't have passion in it and it's just studio notes, or if it's just blatantly just trying to like rush something or do something that you're not really invested in, the product, it's proven, will never come out as good as the other. So you see that with the difference between Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. However, I don't know, there's just something about the stupidness. I don't know. I don't know if it's one. I don't think I would ever watch it again completely. That's for sure. Maybe clips, though. I might watch clips, but even then, I don't know. I never want to think about this movie again now that I think about it.
I would be interested, I guess, to see how it would do with something like Riff Tracks. You know, the Riff Tracks guys.
Interesting. That'd be great.
That would be funny. I think that something like that makes the So Bad It's Good movies sort of more entertaining for me, because they're really funny, and it kind of adds that layer, kind of like Mystery Science 3000 kind of layer of humor. And I don't know. I think that there were times when even I felt like they didn't even sort of finish the thoughts that they started. You know, there would be like,
yep.
And then characters would all of a sudden just be gone, and what's happening, and a fight would just sort of stop, and
suddenly we're here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many of those moments. And like the ending with Raiden, where like he, I think, gives himself up, dies, somehow disappears into something. Then they defeat Shao Kahn. And then Raiden just shows up at the end. He's like, "What's up? I'm here. There's nothing else."
Yeah,
I've always been here, son. And he just leaves.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I don't think there's much else to really say about this movie. Do you have any final thoughts about this?
It was terrible. I really disliked it. It was very boring. The special effects and the action, which is the whole reason you go to this kind of movie, was so bad. And I don't know, I guess you can have So Bad It's Good kind of fun with it, but it didn't strike me on that level, to be honest. So this one, I don't know. I'd give it like a 1.5 out of 10. It was really bad.
I would probably say 1.5, 2 out of 10. Even though I found myself being more engaged with this one weirdly than I was with the first one, maybe because it was so bad it caught my attention more. I do think like it's garbage. But that doesn't. I just think that this franchise only has one way to go. You know what I mean? Like it's only one way to go, and hopefully we do see that happen with Mortal Kombat, the 2021.
there's hope for the
There
new
is hope.
one.
And I'm excited to see what they do. I think they've got some interesting ideas, and they're going rated R, which again was the problem with this one, that they didn't go rated R. And it looks like it's hard R, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, and it looks nutty too, still. So it's gonna have
Like
some that
ice
can't be
knife.
fun. Yeah, the ice knife, the blood ice knife.
Blood ice knife. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Well, Rachel, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media and on iTunes and YouTube. So check that out. Also, you can find me at the Hallmarkies Podcast. We have a lot of fun over there.
Awesome. And make sure to check out all of this on patrickbaderreviews.com and all of our stuff, Gaggle of Geeks, Button Mashing, you know the drill. Thank you again so much as always for watching, and we will see you at the next review.